So in this video, I'm going to go over the day of my surgery, going into the hospital, as well as after the surgery, everything that happened to me. As well, towards the end of the video, I have the MRI showing the bicep tendon before the surgery was completed, and you can really see how much damage there was. So this was my physique check just before the surgery. I did this workout 2 days before, kind of last chance to work my full body out before I got this surgery.
AJ, what is happening?
This time this arm doesn't have a scar here. So here we are going into the pre-admission or pre-surgery area. They got me set up, flexing my arm for the last time before I get the bicep surgery. There it is with no incision yet. So they shaved my arm, and then they gave me set up the IV. Here's my surgical team. So the surgeon and the anesthesiologist. I'm out of surgery.
He's feeling okay.
Feel good. So today, it's the day after I had the bicep repair surgery done. The surgery went pretty well. The surgeon said that the tendon was in a good shape for reattachment. It didn't atrophy, even though it had been already 5 weeks since the injury. In terms of the degree of tear that there was, the MRI originally said about 50%. I talked to two different surgeons and they both seemed to think that it was a complete rupture and it was just another little tendon piece that was holding the bicep from fully retracting up my arm, which is why it looked like it was intact. And during the surgery, he said, well, after the surgery, he said that in actuality, he thinks it was about 95% tear, 95 to 99%. He said there was only like a few very small strands of tendon holding my bicep in place still, but those few strands were nice and useful because it prevented the bicep from retracting, which made the surgery easier as well. The rest of the tendon didn't shrink or get too damaged in the meantime before the surgery, so all that is good. So should be healing well. In terms of the technique, they did a incision on this side and an incision on the back side. There's a titanium button which is inside the intramedullary space of the bone, and that button is stitched to the tendon, which pulls it into the bone right on the radial tuberosity, which is like the original bicep tendon attachment point. The surgeon said that the tendon needs to be attached in the original spot, so unfortunately there's no being able to change it further out for more leverage, but I think it's mostly a folk's tale. I haven't actually heard of anybody who's had it attached further out. Yeah, so day 2 after the surgery. Yesterday when I came home, I was pretty nauseous from the anesthetic. I didn't eat anything yesterday, but now today I'm feeling better. I don't have any more nausea. Pain is pretty manageable. I slept pretty well last night and everything's pretty well. So the cast will come off on October the 13th, just before Oktoberfest, which will be nice. I'll still have to have it in a sling, I think, but pretty happy the cast is going to be off a little bit sooner than I expected. I thought it would be at least 2 weeks, but instead it's only 9 days. Yeah. So here's the MRI. This is the axial view, and the first part here, this is just showing off the bicep. We're going down from the shoulder towards the elbow, and here I'm circling the bicep from the brachialis, and there is the beginning of the bicep tendon. So that little black area is the cross section of the bicep tendon. and we follow it down the arm, and you can see that it's not looking as dark. And now it's only a very small portion that is pure black, and the rest of it is a little bit lighter. There's a lot of fluid there. So looking back again, you can see that is the bicep tendon that I'm circling. And then as we go down towards the elbow, a good portion of it is kind of missing. There's a very small, you can see that little black spot there. That's what's remaining of the bicep tendon. And then even that is mostly gone. You can see a little bit right there. The radiologist said that it's at least 50% torn, but then the surgery, that was more like 90 to 99% torn. And as you can clearly see, in this view in the MRI, it looks pretty badly torn. Starting from the shoulder, as we follow the bicep, it forms into the black tendon. And as that goes towards the forearm, it disappears and there's only a very small portion remaining. If you've made it to the end of my video, I'd really appreciate it if you give the video a like to boost the algorithm, and then subscribe to my channel. I'm really hoping to get to 1,000 followers, and I'll be continuing to make more content and hopefully better videos over time. Thank you.